I was so excited to travel, and I said that it will be excitement to see how Scotland is. And I take the flight from Rwanda around 2 o'clock. I just said, oh my God, the whole night, it was my first time to travel. I was alone, I was not with anybody at all. And you can understand how it was, you are nervous.
When I first arrived, it was really a big thing for me to arrive in UK. I was very excited. As I was traveling throughout from the airport to the house, I was really excited to see so many beautiful houses in Scotland, because in India it's all like very congested.
What impression we have back in India is like, oh no, people will stare at you, they wouldn't like you. But as soon as I came out of the airport, I didn't find a lot of difference. I thought people were really welcoming.
The first day I arrived in the UK was actually at night. I got to Glasgow at night, and I've never had this kind of weather before, back home in Nigeria, and the feel of it, made me realize that, come on, I'm in a different place,
It was just cold. It was too cold. I came from Chennai, and Chennai had a temperature of 38 degrees, if I remember right. And I came here and landed, it was like 8 degrees, and I was like, it's cold, I don't want to stay here. I just thought I can just go back. I didn't want to stay here.
So my first time when I was coming here, it was such a beautiful university, to be honest. The building was such wonderful. I've never seen those kind of buildings. And when I went to the library, it was first floor, second floor, third floor. I said, wow, that's where I'm going to sit down. I'll never leave the library at all. Through my research about which good university I can go to increase my skills and my knowledge, I just found out that Glasgow Caledonian University could be the best university for me. But also I just have some couple of friends who've been here before, and they said, if you want to increase your knowledge, if you want the best university in the UK, you will go to Glasgow Caledonian University.
My little brother and my little sister read in Caledonia University, and they told me the facilities were fantastic.
I looked out for many schools, I wasn't able to get what I really wanted until a friend of mine introduced me to GCU. I went to the site, looked at what they had, so I looked at the modules, and then the content was just what I wanted, so I chose that without doubt.
And I was looking through the brochures of the international fashion marketing, and I found it really interesting in Glasgow Caledonian University, better than the others.
My home university, Wrocław University of Technology, has a kind of exchange with GCU. I like mountains and I like hiking, so I thought, why don't connect these two things and just come somewhere where I can both study abroad and have some traveling around.
With our program back in Canada, we have options, about 6 universities, 3 in Britain, 3 in Australia, to attend, and for me, GCU is most interesting because it's the only one in Scotland and I have some Scottish heritage, so getting to know a little bit about my ancestral culture was interesting, and it's also close to Switzerland where my mom's from, which was good for visiting my family there.
My supervisor, who is Polish, so before coming here, I read about her background, her publications, and that's why I decided to come here to work at the same projects. I need complicated equipment, but I can find everything here.
The main reason was because I had my brother down in Glasgow, and one of the courses in Glasgow, and only GCU had the course that I wanted. It was Masters in Biomedical Science, and GCU was the only university which offered me, saying they can call me for the science module, and in the first semester, if I'm not doing well, they will transfer me back to the engineering, but they still gave me an option to change my field. So I thought that was one good thing about GCU, which is not there in many universities.
Back home in Nigeria, we didn't have the opportunity to do a lot of practicals, We're just studying the theory bit,
In India, it's just like the big blackboard where the teacher keeps writing and we have to copy and stuff. But here it is really different. We have given handouts and we're able to read what the lecturer says.
The first semester itself, I had a hands on all the experiments and stuff, which is not very common in India, because lack of resources, you'll just have one machine and there'll just be a demonstrator and we just know the theory of it and we can just see it. But over here, everything was practical.
When I came here, the first thing I noticed was that basically the learning had a lot to do with the computer. Initially, I would say, it was difficult, because I wasn't used to learning like that. And the lecturers didn't understand why I wasn't used to learning like that. And that got me a bit flustered, because I said, well, look, international student, hello.
Computerized things were all new to us, so we had to learn a lot. Writing reports and essays were really tough. We've never had presentations in India, so this is entirely a different thing. I was really nervous for the first 2 presentations, but then I became really confident to speak later on, so it helped me a lot.
My tutors were very friendly and very helpful. If I needed advice, if I needed help with my projects, with my designs, I always could ask them for help, and they always had the time.